Geelong hadn't beaten Hawthorn since 1985 and the Cats' record at Princes Park wasn't good, and we'll all remember that last week they led by 32 points at three-quarter time against Fitzroy but still lost it. Well, the Cats started like a rocket today. It was a magnificent game of football in the beautiful conditions. Let's take some highlights. With me in the commentary box, Peter McKenna and Bernie Quinlan.
Down by Gary Hocking. Flick back. Anderson. Snap for goal. Close. Brereton. Beautiful mark right on the goal line. Would have been a goal off Anderson, but it's a goal to Brereton. To the forward line for the Cats. Tapped out by Stoneham. Brownless. Went without it. Stoneham, a hand pass and a goal to Exell. Good mark by Whitman right in the centre circle. Oh, Buckenara on his own, 20 metres in the clear, takes the mark, plays on, beautiful goal!
But Scott, over to Bairstow. Bairstow ducks and weaves and kicks long, it's a high floater. Now, Langford sets himself in front, punches it away, in after, kicked up the ground by Ablett. Goal!
Ablett puts it out wide to Schultz, up to Bairstow, forward of centre wing. Stoneham in front. Spectacular start to this game. Stoneham's kick to the goal square. Exell's there. And it goes through for a goal, is it? Yes!
Determined today. They look pretty good form as we see the ball at half back. This is Darren Morgan. And he takes it away from the centre. A long kick. Gary Ayres. Oh, Yates nearly took it. Now it's Billy Brownless from 25 metres. He's put it through for a great goal.
Comes to Bairstow. Off to Buse. Open here for the Cats. Brownless. 5 metres out. Not without a chance. From inside the centre square. Look at that go. What a kick. Burke and Deere. Second attempt. Comes to Platten. Off to Buckenara. Could have 20 touches in the first quarter. Buckenara to full forward. Brereton well placed. It's a goal. Geelong going forward now. Hawthorn looking for a tackle. Ablett from centre wing. Goes from 70 metres and kicks another one.
Hard by Dunstall. And look at the pressure put on by the Hawks. Pritchard brilliantly done. Oh, what great play. Dunstall an open goal unselfishly to Brereton. Brereton ducks back. Hooks it. Oh, has he got it? Yes!
Well, Buckenara has gone out of it in the last 6 or 7 minutes. Bairstow to centre half forward. Stoneham off to Brownless. Snap. Close. Another one.
Oh, cleverly tapped away to Tuck. Tuck. Oh, brilliantly intercepted by Denham. Denham to Scott. Scott centres it. That is brilliant play by Scott. Exell. Yes. Football. Well, Gavin Exell from directly in front. Oh, he's put it through, I think. Yes, another one to the Cats. This is Paul Abbott trying to tap it back to Anderson. He eventually does. A hand pass comes to Hall. Hall with an open goal on the left foot. Stabs. And I think he's put it straight through the middle. He has. Gets in the hand pass. Morgan. Back to Buse. Buse from about 65 metres. Kicks it long. Exell. Here's the kick by Exell going for goal number 3, and he has put it straight through. Now, Hocking onto the left foot, brings it to half forward. Ablett! Was Ablett flying from behind. He's kicked 2. He is directly in front. Gary Ablett, he doesn't miss him. Straight through the middle. They're now down by 5 goals as Brereton tries to crash his way through. It's grabbed by Boss. Over to Robert Scott. Is this another one? The short pass is on. Yes! And the mark has been taken by Exell. Gavin Exell. He's kicked 3. Oh, he's brought it back. It's another one. And the Cats on fire. They're playing magnificent football. Hocking shuffles it out to Morgan. Here's Mark Yates. An open goal. He straightens up. Oh, boy, they've kicked another one. Yates, wide. Finds Couch. Couch coming through the centre. The leaders on by Exell. Oh, that is champagne football.
He's kicked 4 already. Going for 5. And he's got it.
Shuffles it out to Dunstall, who taps it back to Buckenara. A quick kick by Buckenara. It says 3 Hawthorn blokes at Ablett. Now it's Dippy a bit ago. Kicks it up mid-air. And he's kicked it.
Well, that takes us to three-quarter time. The Cats had kicked 17 goals to half-time to lead by 49 points, And early in the third quarter, they led by 56 points, but the Hawks came back to narrow the margin to 19 points at three-quarter time. Geelong still lead by 18 points when we pick up the replay early in the final term.
There is John Kennedy, 60 metres out from goal. The short pass is on to Dunstall, and he's marked it. Is that in the half volley, do you think, Bernie?
No, I think he marked it quick.
Yates going off.
Mark Yates, after that heavy knock from Brereton, going off the ground, copped it very low. Now, they need this, the Hawks. He's only kicked one goal for the game, Jason Dunstall. Darcy's done well on him. There's the kick, it's swinging back. Yes, he's threaded it through there, 2 goals down.
There's Denham coming onto the ground after Yates had to leave the field. He ran off the ground, so he may not be too bad. He may be able to come back on later if required. Have a look at that mark again. I'm sure he got his hands under that one, Pete.
Yep.
And the shot at goal, he drifted it back nicely.
Hawthorn have won 4 straight since losing in the first round. They've got to come from behind if they're going to win today. Stoneham off the left boot. McGuinness intercepted by Stoneham. Stoneham kick smothered by Tuck. Brilliant football by the veteran. Comes to Gary Hocking. Off to Bairstow. And Bairstow hooks it. And that's another bad miss by Mark Bairstow. He's had 2 of those.
Yes, he could have nailed Hawthorn just before three-quarter time when he missed the sitter, and that was another sitter, and that could be costly against this side. You can't afford to give them any edge whatsoever. Langford starting to get on top of Exell, and the bounce, that even favoured Hawthorn as Ayres has made a big difference. Brilliantly done to Whitman. Well played, Gary Ayres. Brereton. That's 50 metres. Well, if that is not 50 metres, I don't know what is.
I agree, Peter. Well, put him down.
Well, he put him down. Have a look at this.
There's the mark. He keeps going, and there it is. Throws him over.
Well, there's Brereton kicking from 40 metres. He's hooked it, and I can't believe that. What's that rule there for?
Well, we see a lot of 50-metre penalties given for a lot less, well, I'd say severe things than on that occasion.
Kick in by Darcy. Deer at the back, thumps down. Gains 25 metres. It comes to Buse. Got a wall in front of him. Stephen Hocking in trouble. Just gets it away. Troy to Boss. Boss's kick short of half forward. Mew with Stoneham. Brownless over the top. Denham had just 4 touches in the first 3 quarters. Through Scott it goes to Bairstow. Kick smothered by Tuck again. Chance here for Scott. Spins out of one. Back into another. Comes to Exell. He runs into a brick wall. By gee, the Hawks are putting on the pressure. Bairstow, forward pocket, unmarked is Scott. He plays on, goes for the hand pass, and it's a goal to Hocking.
Well, it just shows that a 50-metre penalty, had it been paid, Hawthorn would have been right back in this match. Now it's going to be very difficult for them. Scott in the forward pocket, marking unattended. Saw the opportunity to play on the handball over the top. And an easy goal to Hocking.
Well, a steadying goal. 2 goals to Gary Hocking. I've got him for 3 actually, but there's Morrissey. Now Ayres. Ayres shuffles it out. It's punched away by Troy. That was beautiful play to Stoneham, to Michael Cole. Cole on the bounce. Swings onto the left foot. Brings it back. Exell. Yes! Great mark, Exell. 20 metres out directly in front. And I really think that 50-metre penalty's made a huge difference.
Well, it looks like it's going to be, Peter. The difference probably between Hawthorn getting back into this match and now with Exell having a shot at his 8th goal. So it's been a great performance by Exell.
He's led beautifully, Gavin Exell. And this will make it hard for the Hawks. Gavin Exell's popped it through for another one.
6 goals in that first half to Exell and 2 in the second half when Langford's been moved back there. And there you see the margin. It's going to be very tough for Hawthorn to get back into the match, especially with Platten and Buckenara on the bench, both injured. unable to probably come back onto the ground.
Well, Exell, he kicked 5 goals last week, 8 this week. 4 goals the difference. And the Cats have kicked the last 2. Very important. It comes to Di Domenico. 2 against 2. Dunstall in front. Darcy Espoil comes back to Dunstall. 40 metres out. Short pass to Hall. Great football. Hall goals.
Wasn't that unselfish play there by Dunstall? He's only kicked 2 goals this afternoon, but he's given a couple away. One to Brereton and that one to Hall. Always looking around to give the ball to a player in a better position is Jason Dunstall. There it is, has a quick look. Didn't worry about the goal. Saw Hall running in there. Perfect pass. Made it very easy for Tony Hall to finish it off.
Brilliant play by Dunstall. He's had a quiet day by his standards, but again showing his unselfishness. Damien Burke, Greg Deere, and that centre bounce vital. Three goals the difference. In went Deere. It's a loose ball. Bairstow was there and Morrissey as they crash in after it. Di Domenico, Hall throwing his weight in. Oh, here comes Morrissey. Over the top to Hall. Hall wide. Here's a chance for Anderson. An open goal. He chips. And I think it's another one with the ball. Hawks kick.
What a game. Anderson kicks his second. And Hawthorn, well, I thought they were in a bit of strife, those last 2 Geelong goals, but now Hawthorn kicking the last 2. Right back in this match. They're fighting hard. Di Domenico back on the ground. Morrissey has played a great game in the second half. Ends up with Anderson. And Anderson kicks the easy goal, but they're teaming well, combining well now, Hawthorn. A lot of desperation.
They've kicked 40 goals between them. Who'll kick the most by the end? Ayres out of the middle. Chance here again for Hawthorn. Hall shuffles it out to Morrissey. Morrissey, a short pass, Dunstall. And he'll go back and kick for goal to put the Hawks within 1 straight kick.
Wasn't that great play by Morrissey? Unselfish play by Dunstall on that first occasion when he gave it to Hall. And now Morrissey passing that one to Dunstall in a better position.
Well, this will be 3 goals in 2 minutes to the Hawks. And they're within 1 goal.
Unbelievable. Jason Dunstall kicks his 3rd goal. Quiet afternoon, but Hawthorn, I thought half-time, it's all over. Geelong well in front, 49 points in front at half-time, and look at the Hawthorn machine. They've got moving. Dunstall kicking a couple of goals. Brereton dominating up on the forward line. And you just cannot underestimate this side.
Brilliant performance this by Hawthorn. Can they go on with it? The Cats, a sensational first half. Hawthorn coming back at them like the champion side they are. And this is the sort of tactics where Hawthorn are good. The barnstorming play in the centre of the ground. Let's watch this bounce, because there's Mark Yates warming up after being unceremoniously dumped by Dermott Brereton. It's tapped out wide. It's a free kick to Hawthorn. Greg Deere. They wouldn't want to let the Hawks get level. Geelong, he's gone wide. Brereton over the back of the pack. There he is, the Hawthorn champ. After it, he's got it. No, he hasn't. Trying to pick it up. Now he shuffles it out. Morrissey weaves from the boundary line. Dunstall ducks back. And he can't get there quickly enough before the ball bounces over the line. But what a fantastic comeback. Damien Burke off the ground. Coming on is Mark Yates.
Well, Jamie Morrissey's proved to be as slippery as an eel in the last 5 minutes. He's been in everything. Kennedy doing the ruck work for Hawthorn. Troy for Geelong. Scott under pressure. Just gets the hand pass away. Anderson a fly hack at it. Bairstow, the hand pass to Ablett. Beautiful hand pass over the top to Morgan. The Cats down the middle. Morgan's kick long to full forward. Exell. Not quite this time. He's after it again. Still got it on the 50. 1 against 1. Hocking for Geelong. Can't mark. It's a behind. Could be important.
Andrew Collins has been an outstanding player all day. is under enormous pressure. He is chased and harassed. Hasn't had a million possessions, but boy, he's been one of Hawthorn's best players. The little chip pass across comes to Collins. They've got possession again. McGuinness runs underneath the ball, and that could be costly because Michael Schultz has taken the mark. He brings it to the pocket. Over the back is Langford, and under pressure that Hawthorn defence is magnificent. This is Langford. Kicking long, is centre of the pack. The wide ball. Ingard, would you believe it? He's got it. He is out to Condon. Morrissey has been tremendous. Kicks it off the ground over the line, but Geelong not out of the woods because they only lead by 7 points. The Hawks coming hard at him. Morrissey, Bernie, has been great since half-time.
Yes, I don't know how you could leave a player of his ability on the bench for so long.
Hawthorn have kicked 4 goals to 2 in this last quarter. Buckenara warming up. He seemed to twist an ankle late in the first quarter after starting sensationally. Here's Morrissey again. A tap out was clever by Hall to Pritchard. Dippy Domenico. Back he goes. Shot for goal by Kennedy. He's got it.
What a combination, Hawthorn. Dippy Domenico had a dirty first half. Hardly had a touch, but back in the match. Kennedy finishing off with that left foot, but tremendous desperation by Hawthorn. Morrissey again, starting off the play to Dippy Domenico, and Kennedy on that left boot.
They are a great side. Make no mistake about this side. Even if they don't win the game, they're a great side to come back like this. 1 point the difference. The Cats in front. It's punched back. Dippy Domenico. Oh, beautiful play that by Stoneham. Or is it Brownless? No, it's Stoneham. He hooks it back. Langford and Exell. Langford in front. It's a mark. A Geelong mark by Gary Hocking. Beautiful mark. Side of the pack. And the Cats are going to hit back.
Yeah, the ball curled around there. It was a centering kick. Screwed back there. The couple of Hawthorn players caught underneath it. And Hocking in the better position.
Gary Hocking kicks and goal.
You're looking sharp, you're looking good. You've come so far, and we know how to make the most of who you are. Where the race is run, you're the champion.
Gillette Contour Plus with lubricating strength for the best a man can get.
The best a man can get. Look at you.
Some musicals you've got to wait all year for, but the best one of all is already here. Big River, the unforgettable adventures of Huckleberry Finn, the brilliant music of Roger Miller, starring John Bell, Michael Edward Stevens, Drew Forsyth, Karen Knowles, Doug Parkinson, and Cameron Dano as Huck. Don't miss the show that's taken Broadway by storm. Big River, now playing at Her Majesty's Theatre, and you can book now at the theatre or Bass.
At Northern Feather, we go out of our way to find ducks with just the right sort of breeding. Because only ducks with the right breeding are blessed with exceptionally fine down and feather, which of course is exactly what's required to make the world's most comfortable quilts. Northern Feather, we use the world's finest down and feather to make the world's most comfortable range of quilts.
Don't forget, hockey starts at 10.
Oh, yeah, hockey at 10.
Brownies at 10.
Brownies at 10.
And the tween.
Oh, Sarah, basketball.
We're going to fix the backstage.
Oh, look, I forgot.
Jason and Hamburger Harry's after the game.
Oh, Jason, who's Jason? What happened to what's his name? Look, kids, what about what I want to do? A little time for myself.
We've got lunch with your parents at 12, so don't be late.
Mitsubishi Nimbus,
Hi, Mr. Sanderson.
the perfect family car for the not-so-perfect family.
At the Melbourne Big, we believe there are better ways to do things. We leave listings open for months longer to make the most up-to-date buying guide available. We keep in touch with our customers to stop dead listings. We combine classifications and use bigger print to make the book easier to use. We didn't have to be Einsteins to know how to list all Melbourne's businesses in one volume. We might not look big, But when it comes to big thinking, we outweigh the heavyweight every time. The Melbourne Big. We're too smart to be thick.
He's a hard-nosed businessman with a class limo service. She's one outrageous lady with a Class 2 license. When she breaks all the rules, he breaks the first commandment of the rich and famous and does the unthinkable. He falls in love with the help. Then he's faced with the biggest business decision of his life. Should he fire his chauffeur or marry her? Deborah Foreman and Sam Jones star in a comedy and a love story. My Chauffeur is your Sunday night movie on 7.
Long lead by 7 points.
Deer against Stoneham now with Burke on the bench. Comes away to Bairstow. High to centre half forward. Schultz again. Well, roved off the pack beautifully. The hand pass to Troy. Short pass. Bit wide for Brownless. Might come back to Billy Brownless. Bit slow to gather. Oh, Langford gets it to Di Domenico. Bairstow, wide to Cole, short pass to Exell. Gavin Exell might finish with double figures yet. Geelong fans calling for a 50, but there certainly wasn't as much in that one as there was at the other end of the ground with Brereton earlier in the quarter. You couldn't blame players for being tired. The ball has zipped around this ground like a meteor today. Exell for number 9. What a kick! And it's there!
Great performance by Exell. 9 goals and only 1 miss. 9 goals, 1 for the afternoon. He's kicked 3 goals in the second half, 6 in the first half. Perfect pass again. He has been fed very well by the Geelong players, and it's been a great exhibition of kicking.
He is a magnificent kick, as you say, Bernie. There he is, 9 goals. Most of them were kicked on other players besides Langford. Oh, big knock away from Stoneham made a difference to centre-bouts. There's the kick towards half forward, and it's been taken down there by McGuinness. McGuinness kicking long and high. Let's see if the Hawks can come back. Di Domenico marks. He's at centre of the ground. It was held by Troy. Umpire Peter Cameron behind the players fallen over. Now he's right. The short one is on the lead. Dunstall, yes! And he runs into that hole at centre half forward. The Geelong players didn't cover it. Good play, Di Domenico.
Perfectly weighted pass by Di Domenico. Strong lead from Dunstall once again.
He's kicked 3. They need this. The kick by Jason Dunstall. Don't worry about that. That's right through the middle.
So Dunstall's kicked 4 now. Di Domenico has lifted his game in this last quarter. Had a terrible first half. Good thinking by Di Domenico, but bad play by Geelong, not filling that hole and allowing Dunstall to charge in there, take the chest mark.
Dunstall 4 goals, 3 in this last quarter. Again the Hawks within striking distance, just 7 points down. 10 minutes left. Deer wins in the middle, comes to Pritchard. Hawthorn get it further ahead. Dunstall again, taps out for Hall! And Hall goes into an open goal, but he fumbles. Oh, that was a certainty. And it's gone through for a behind. He had Dermott Brereton, but he shouldn't have needed him. Should have been a certain goal.
Well, he lost control of the ball on the bounce.
He didn't need the bounce, did he, Pete?
No,
he could have had a shot at goal.
I think he wanted to steady and make a certainty of it, but it's a handy point because they now only trail by 1 goal and the ball will still be in their forward zone. If they get the next goal, there's Morrissey. Oh, he's marked it. Oh, boy, here they come, the Hawks. This is Morrissey. He's been brilliant. He kicks wide. Dunstall should mark. No, he can't. Brereton's got it. Back to Di Domenico. He hooks it back. It's long and wide and through for a point. But the important thing is Hawthorn now only trailed by 5 points. 1 kick and they'll hit the front. And who would have thought that at half-time, Drew?
Amazing. 49 points at the long break. They've kicked 45 goals between them and just a kick the difference. Darcy kicks in. Stoneham had a great final quarter. Comes to Troy. Up towards centre wing. Bairstow lopes after it. Deer, well played, but he turned into trouble. Got the hand pass away, all Hawthorn. Whitman, Condon. Pritchard might have taken possession, but it comes to Brereton. Centering kick for Kennedy. He dashes onto it. Caught in a good tackle by defender Darcy. Kick forward for the Hawks. Dunstall can't break the tackle. Morrissey off the ground. The Hawks are in front.
What a side, Hawthorn. Great performance to get back into this match. As I said, 49 points down at half-time. Dippy and Domenico, they've forced the ball forward any way they can. And Morrissey, who came on at half-time, kicking that one off the ground. So Geelong behind for the first time in the match.
I couldn't see a better football side than this one. They are never beaten, this team. Here they go again. Morrissey has lost it. Centre of the ground, and this is where they're so good now. They've got a couple of champions off the ground. Platten is one of their workhorses. There's another one in Buckenara, sitting both of them. Johnny Howard on the right of screen, a Hawthorn trainer. Who would have thought this at half-time? A sensational performance after Geelong were absolutely magnificent in the first half. Here come the Cats. Michael Cole, the half-forward, almost a mark. Sean Denham breaks the tackle. The left foot. Langford at the back, beautifully done. In went Mew. Bounces off. Hell, but he didn't have it, Chris Mew. It's a free kick to Chris Mew in defence.
Just under 8 minutes left. Hawthorn by a point. Mew out wide to Pritchard. Short to Anderson. He's got it at half-back flank. What a role Morrissey has played in this last quarter. The kick up to the half-forward line. Comes to the back to Collins. Wide to Ayres. Ayres, a beautiful hand pass. Morrissey again. Goes for another one. And has kicked another one.
Morrissey kicks his second. And he's a great player, Jamie Morrissey. But the teamwork of this Hawthorn side to get back into this match. Andy Collins played a great game. In the back line, now on the ball. Morrissey finishing it off. Long handball from Gary Ayres, who's played in the centre. And that's probably made all the difference.
They are a magnificent side. And have a look at this. Gary Buckenara back on the ground. He's kicked 5. He's limping. Back to the centre. Can the Cats show character and come back? Andrew Hughes going to the back pocket. 7 minutes of play left. 7 points the difference. Greg Deer has rucked beautifully. There's Morrissey again. Out of high tackle on the Hawthorn player in Whitman, who's been put on the ball in this last quarter to cover the loss of Platten. And a barnstorming finish just by the Hawks. Chris Whitman, I don't think Geelong would want Hawthorn to get the next goal or they'll be in trouble. There's the kick. Brereton in front. Oh, loose man. Oh, Buckenara steadies. Lays back and has missed. So the difference now, I think that would have been shut the gate if he had have kicked that one, but now the difference is 8 points, the Hawks in front. What a comeback.
Hawthorn in this last quarter, 8 goals 5 to Geelong's 4-2. Darcy kicks 65 metres. Dippy and Domenico in front. Thrashed in the first half by Ablett. Dipper. Not far short. It's a mark to Hall. Well, Tony Hall mucked up a goal earlier in the quarter. I think if he kicks this one, it might nearly seal it, although there's over 6 minutes left. The Hawks lead by 8 points. Banana kick. And he's kicked it.
That's Tony Hall's third goal. And I suppose coming from South Australia, you have to be able to kick those banana kicks. And Mark is an excellent high mark, Tony Hall, for his size. And they're showing great character, great determination, Hawthorn, to get back into this match.
Magnificent display of football this by Hawthorn. Who's going to beat them? to give that start at half-time a sensational effort. Let's see if they can come back, the Cats. It'll be hard. Oh, here they come again. Condondu. Ayres straightens up. Gary Ayres. Oh, it could be another one. Yes, I think that's the end of Geelong.
Yep, shut the gate. Look at that Hawthorn side. And it's good to see. They're so thrilled with each other's performance when they do well. They've got the team spirit, Hawthorn. And that's something you can't buy. There's Gary Ayres been magnificent in the second half.
Look at that scoreboard. We're not far short of 50 goals for the match. Geelong kicked 17 goals in the first half. Hawthorn have kicked 17 goals in the second half.
How would Malcolm Blight feel, Drew, particularly after last week?
Well, twice he's come to Princes Park in successive weeks. They led by 32 at three-quarter time last week and lost. Led by 49 at half-time today and looked like losing. Cole, here's a free kick. And held when not in possession is Yates. And one wonders whether, if Yates can kick this, it's only 20 points the difference. It's not over yet. Yates goes for the goal and gets it. That's 14 points the difference.
Where do millions of jets, helicopters, planes, trains and trucks go when they're low on fuel? The same place you do. BP. BP. On the move.
This is Anytown, and this is Jack, Anytown's handyman.
G'day.
Jack and his Nissan Navara have had a busy week. Monday there was a brush with the law. Tuesday, a constructive engagement. Wednesday, a run on the stock market. Thursday and Friday positively flew by. This weekend, Jack's going fishing with the boys. And that's just another job his Navara has covered.
Because that's a hard-working truck.
That's Nissan know-how.
Morning, darling.
Okay, darling.
Right.
I'm late. Can you run me to work?
Throughout time, the best inventions have always been machines that free us up from behaving like machines. Wouldn't the ultimate machine, therefore, be one that frees us up to do more, think more, and help us achieve our full potential?
Morning, mate.
A machine that not only takes care of so many of the mechanical day-to-day tasks, but also helps you to do those things only humans can do. Think about it.
Right.
Good night, Mac.
You can turn everything off now, Harry.
Oh,
I'm going home.
Then. Good night.
When you buy goods that aren't made in Australia, your money leaves the country forever. But when you buy goods with this symbol, Australian made, your money stays in Australia. And that's good for all of us. Buy Australian made.
Roy Scheider is a psychiatrist. One of his patients has just been murdered. Meryl Streep is the victim's mistress. She could also be his killer. Together they're caught in a dangerous game of cat and mouse that will keep you guessing to the end. Could this beautiful woman kill? By the time he finds out, he could be her next victim. Roy Scheider and Academy Award winner Meryl Streep in Still of the Night. 8:30 tonight on 7.
5 minutes of play left. Can the Cats get back into it? Oh, high tackle. And the umpire said that. What a carry shown by Dean Anderson. And they've centre bounce or centre square effort. Have a look at this. Oh, Hard knock to the jaw, but he showed a lot of courage, Anderson. Brereton. Over the back is Tony Hall. Hall taps it away. Here's Darcy trying to come out of defence. A sensational last quarter this by Hawthorn when Geelong seemed to have it won at half-time. They led by 8 goals. Can Ablett do something? There's Brownless. Dean Anderson smothered up the boot. Here comes Ablett. He tries to tap it to Bairstow, who runs into a brick wall and he's caught holding the ball.
A remarkable game of football. We've seen 50 goals kicked here at Princes Park today. In the first half, the Cats kicked 17 goals to 9. And in the second half so far, Hawthorn have kicked 17 goals to 7. And at the moment, they lead by 14 points, Hawthorn. We still have over 4 minutes left. Brereton at centre wing couldn't take it. Spills out the back to Condon. Back to Brereton, who fumbled. Off the left boot, a little short pass to Hall. And Hall's taken the mark. 50 goals for the afternoon. Ball over the top to Morrissey, who's been sensational in this last quarter. He's not only kicked a couple of goals, he's set up a couple more, and he spent the first half of the game on the bench and has already gathered 12 possessions since he's been on. John Platten injured. He's on the bench. Buckenara was on the bench for a while injured, but Gary Buckenara back on the ground. Centering kick. All the stars there, but neither Brereton or Dunstall could take the mark. It goes out of bounds in the forward pocket. We have 3 1/4 minutes left, and Hawthorn by 14 points in a remarkable game.
And Chris Mew and Johnny Platten, who seem to have hurt his shoulder. Here's Brereton, caught, gets in the hand pass. Steve Hocking, caught, loses it. And Geelong look a little bit dispirited at the moment. There's a bit of a wrestle going on behind the play. Let's see who's there. There's the Brereton's one. You can see the back brace. A good shot of the back brace there. Mark Voss is standing on as his teammate there is Michael Schultz wrestling with Brereton. A magnificent game of Australian rules football, of Andrew Buse in fact it was. It's at half forward for Hawthorn. Who would have thought they could get up? There's Brereton. Strong tackling, that's been the feature of their play in the second half. And the Cats, they put the pressure on in the first half and they've copped it from Hawthorn in the second.
Another chance for Hawthorn. Morrissey in the thick of things again. Comes to Ayres, who has moved into the centre in the second half. Away to Buckenara. An impossible goal! Well, he just missed it. But Gary Buckenara has kicked 5 goals too. And he's come off the bench really when Hawthorn ran out of troops in this last quarter. Clearly limping with an injured ankle. He had a sensational first quarter, Buckenara, with 14 possessions.
Tim Darcy has actually done a good job today on Jason Dunstall, but weight of opportunities has made it hard. Here's Michael Tuck, who's been very quiet. He's looking for Whitman. Whitman's played a good second half. Whitman to half forward. Good play by Boss to run straight at the ball. He's got it, Mark Boss. A hand pass to Cole. Cole out wide. He's got a space to run into Darren Troy. 1 minute and 40 seconds of play left. The short passes on and he found Mark Yates at half forward. The loose man is there. Oh, he's hooked it back. He might miss him because Tuck's there. There's a chance for Bairstow. Hooks it to Schultz. Schultz into the open goal and he slams it through for a goal to Geelong.
He's played quite a good game, Michael Schultz. Playing at centre half forward, usually a backman, but has contested well, taken a couple of good marks. Good pressure here by Collins. Didn't allow Yates to run away. Made it a little bit difficult, getting the kick tumbling into the forward line, but there's Schultz on the end of it, kicking that goal.
And just maybe Geelong not out of it. 2 kicks for goal can win the game, and we have 1 minute and a quarter remaining. They come out of it, out of the centre. They've lost it now. Bit of a bad bounce there for Condon. Intercepted by Stoneham. Maybe the Cats can do it. Stoneham's kick for the goal square. 1 out. A climb at the back of the mark. The mark dragged down by Yates, who's kicked 3 goals. The clock coming down to 50 seconds. If he kicks this, they'll probably bounce it with about 40 seconds left in the middle. Oh, he's missed it. Well, that's probably the ball game now. The clock's still ticking. 40 seconds left and 8 points the difference.
Well, how costly is that? At least they would have got the ball back to the centre with a chance to surge forward. I think that's blown it for them. 37 seconds of play left, and Chris Langford will kick at 60 metres. He does. Paul Abbott and Michael Schultz. Well done by Michael Schultz as he punches it away to half forward. Andrew Rogers sets it up. John Kennedy and Mark Yates. Yates push in the back. It's a free kick to Kennedy. 22 seconds of play left. A brilliant comeback this by the Hawks. Geelong trying to get back in with the short pass. Comes to Anderson, and they've run out of time. 12 seconds to go.
Yates had to have had his eyes on the ball. Then he came down with the mark. Anderson's kick to centre wing. Stack up here. I think we've seen the last of the scoring. Boss, there it is.
"51 goals between them, and the Hawks got up by 8 points. Brereton kicked 5, as did Buckenara. Dunstall got 4, and for Geelong, Exell kicked 9 goals. Well, if I'm sounding a little bit hoarse at the moment, it's because in the last 6 days I've done 2 games where I've seen 97 goals kicked. We'll be back with more and the highlights of the other games after this.